Uh, we are here because we recognize the relationship between the Catalonian people and the Biafran people. And it has become our tradition that every year we come to continue to bond with them. The bonding is important. It helps us to create that relationship and the alliance that Biafran people need. Over the years, we've also seen the sacrifice of the Catalonian people towards Biafra struggle. They have given us a very strong reception here in Catalonia. And we owe them a duty to return that same relationship and continue to make sure we foster it. And also to use the opportunity to show our people all over the world that we also have similar brothers in Europe, like the Catalonian people, who are also seeking their independence, just like the Biafran people. So that is quite also motivational in some ways, knowing that you are not the only person around the world seeking independence. The Catalonian story is also a very peculiar one, just like the Biafran story. We cannot underestimate the importance of our relationship, and we'll continue to work assiduously, we continue to work extremely very hard in making sure that these two relationships are sustained. Because as much as we need them, they also need us. It is also very pertinent that we recognize that we also share similar challenges in our struggles, where you have some who believe and those who doesn't believe. When I came in here yesterday, I had stories of some Catalonians who are also pulling back, who are also backsliding, who are having a double mind about their struggle. We also feel the same similarity with the Biafran struggle, where people who at some point believed in the Biafran struggle also turn around to say they no longer believe in something. But it is natural. I personally, growing up as a child, I was at some point a member of the charismatic youth wing of the Anglican Church. And growing up, I faced challenges and I had to backslide. So it's a question of faith. Every faith is not mentioned on the same level. There are people with stronger faith and there are people with weaker faith. But your faith is always based on the power of your conviction. And if at some point you start to question certain values in your faith and in your sense of belief, you have every right to say, I no longer believe in what I once believed in. But that doesn't change the reality, that doesn't change the fact. So it is our duty to continue to remind our people that people questioning the basis of our struggle, is natural. We are not here, Biafra struggle. I want to make something very clear that I've seen people say speak Igbo, speak Igbo. We have to understand that within our Biafra region, we have many languages, and we cannot Igbonize the Biafra struggle. We are not speaking English because we are here to satisfy the English language. We are using the English language to communicate not just to our people, but to the world globally. Because live on BTV, as you speak, we have people all over the world watching us. And we are going to give everybody the possibility to understand our communication. And English has become a central language helping us in doing that job of communication. So if we have to resign to the Igbo language, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to have that extended view and extended capacity to reach out to non-Biafrans who are also following our program. So I would like to use this opportunity to address the issue of Igbo language. I believe that there are so many people here who do not understand the Igbo language, but they do understand English language. And if we have to communicate to them, then we have to provide a translator, so people can feel comfortable in understanding what we are talking about. But the most important thing is we need to speak a universal language that can help us send our message out there. A language that is global, a language that is globally accepted, and it is very, very important that our people understand that we have a broadcasting station that is not resigned to just Igbo language, but we promise that in course of our transmission, we are going to create a program for Igbo language in BTV Europe, so that we'll be able to accommodate those who want to hear from us in Igbo language, and also to meet up with all Biafra. I believe that I'm communicating. I know that there are some people here who does not understand the Igbo language. If you don't understand Igbo, can you wave your hand? You don't understand the Igbo language. So we are going to carry everybody along, whether you understand the Igbo language or not. We are going to speak English. Highest, we can bring it down to the Pidgin English, which we are synonymous with. Pidgin English also has a West African horizon where the entire West Africa English-speaking community can understand Pidgin English. Even in the Biafran Pidgin English and other like Ghana and some other places are a bit difficult, they can relate. But we've chosen to use the English language so that we'll be able to break the barrier of our inability to reach out to a wider audience. So I want to plead your indulgence. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra! All hail Biafra! I know that yes, so thank you very much. We have some of our IPOB officials here who are present. We have the head of Directorate of State. We have the deputy European representative. And we also have the National Secretary of IPOB in Spain. Can we welcome each and every one of them with a round of applause? I would like to hand over the microphone for you for a while to be able to communicate while we also move to the deputy head of European rep and finally to the deputy head of Directorate of State.
All hail, all hail, Ebe ka unu si Biafra, ebe ka unu na-ala Biafra, gawe bozo gabiri, agaghị arapụ Biafra, gawe bozo gabiri, Biafra na tendo. IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. One family. IPOB, one family. IPOB, one big family. IPOB. Thank you very much. My name is Mazi. I am the National Secretary of IPOB Spain. On behalf of the leadership of IPOB Spain, I welcome all of you here. You're welcome. As on behalf of the entire leadership of IPO Spain, Catalonia, Baleares, País Vasco, and Catalonia, I welcome all of you. And before I proceed with what I have got to say today, I would like to use this opportunity to speak on behalf of the national coordinator of IPOB España, that is Mazi Chiameka. He couldn't make it today because of unforeseeable circumstances. But he has asked me to extend his warm greetings to the members of the Directorate of States, to all our brothers who came from Poland, from Finland, from the UK, from Australia, and other countries. He says, you are welcome. And he has also asked me to extend his warm greetings to each and every one of you here. And I hope that by the grace of God, everything will go as planned and expected. So without wasting your time, I want to say in the name of IPOD España welcomes all of you. You're all welcome. Thank you. And may God bless you.
Then after the prayer, we'll take our national anthem, and possibly also, if it's possible, to take the Catalonian national anthem. Uh, then we'll be able to round up. But we want an elderly person to lead us in prayer briefly, even if it's just for like 5 minutes. Can you do that for us?
IPOB, one family, Abiko Muslim, Dodroni, I bear Muslim. Yam is a young man like Shineken Nam, Shukoki Kabia, Ugola Ria to Dukamazo, Ekero, Okikero, Moya, on your wallet, Aboku. Only landing up on my body, Chukumeri for eze ndị eze anyị ekelele gị bulie aha gị elu landụ ka i nyere anyị n'ezinụlọ ụlọ anyị landụ ka i nyere ụmụ Biafra niile ruo n'ebe niile ụwa sọpụrụ nna anyị na-ebuli aha gị elu ala asị gị ribot tolo oriri gị eze ndị eze eze na-akpachara ọgwụ anyị na-ekele gị n'isi ndị isi anyị niile ụmụ apị obi niile si ebe ọbụla ha si were mgbakọ ọrụ ụbọchị taata ka anyị wee eze ndị eze anyị na-ebuli aha gị elu anyị na-ekele gị n'odudu ọma nke ị dụrụ ha nna anyị na-ekpekwa were ayọ gị isi mee ka anyị bịa n'udo ebe a gị ga-esi mee ka anyị laa n'udo eze ndị eze agbaghịla ọ bụ ndị ama anyị achọghị ịma etu o siri mee kama na anyị na-ekele gị maka isiri ihe niile anyị fụrụ ka anyị were ya kelee gị ezichukwu anyị abịago obodo ọbụla anyị abịala wee na-ekpe wee kwesịrị ike na ọbịbịa ka anyị bịara n'ụbọchị taata ga-amịta mkpụrụ n'ozi nke anyị na-ejide gị maka alaeze gị nke a na-anọ n'ụwa onye isi anyị na-adị Kanu nọ ebe ọ na anyị na-ewere ya dịta ige aka ezichi gbaa ya ogige ndụ nna bugo anyị na-ekele gị landụ ya niile maka ihiri ọgbakọ ili gị dị oke ike nna mgbe ọbụla ndị iro na-agba izu ha na-agba ha bịaghala mfụ ya nna ha agbago onwe ha okwu ọzọ sọgbala anọdala mgbu eji eze ndị eze anyị na-ebuli aha gị elu ebe ọ sị ya ga-eji ọnụ mmebi ala zoo nna anyị ebuliere gị elu ka ụbọchị taata ala zoo adawa ore nna bụ ka anyị maara wee kwesịrị ike na mgbede adịghị anya n'oge tụrụ ugo were pụta nna anyị na-ekele gị nna anyị na-ekelekwa gị n'obodo nke anyị bịakwute obodo Catalonia nna agbanyeghị etu ọbụla o siri dị omume nke ha chọrọ imere ụbọchị taata ọ ga-abụ ihe ga-eweta ọkụ ife ọ ga-abụ ihe ga-eweta nwụrụ onwe ọ ga-abụ ihe ga-eweta ihe dị iche ọ ga-apụta ezi mkpụrụ n'obodo a ezi ụmụ Chineke gbara ụkwụ n'obodo a ihe dị iche ga-adị anyị ebuli aha gị elu wee kwere ị ga-emere anya karịa ka anyị ọghịghere aha Chukwu oke abịa ma na-etesi arụ ọkụ ọ gị mara ka o si dịrị anyị nna puko aka ya na-ebe ruo gị aka ihe ndị isi anyị si hapụ ihe niile ha na-eme wee bịa bụ maka nwụrụ onwe nna ọ bụrụ anyị mere onwe anyị ọ gị kere anyị wee tinye anyị n'ebe alaeze gị ga-esi bịa nna ọ ya bụ ihe ọjọọ ka anyị mere kama na anyị na-ayọ gị ezichi bịa mere onwe gị aha n'aha Chukwu oke abịa ama bịa mere onwe gị aha n'aha Chukwu oke abịa ama na anyị na-egosi ike na ndị Fulani ga-eri oto gị ndị Britain ga-eri oto gị mba ụwa niile ndị si na ụmụ Biafra ụmụ Chineke agaghị adị na buko bọọlụ a hapụrụ oche ego echigara ha azụ anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị ọ ga-adịrị anyị niile mma na aha Chukwu oke abịa ma otu dị aha nsọ gị ebe i goziri nwoke gozie nwaanyị nna bụkọ anyị ga-ala n'udo were ihe akwa ka ihe nwe nwochi anyị na mma na aha Chukwu oke abịa IPOB IPOB one family.
Thank you very much. IPOB IPOB one family. Now we have to take the Biafra national anthem.
So wonderful to be among great children of Umbo-Okike, great children of Chukwokike Abia, and that is the family of the indigenous people of Biafra, Spanish chapter. Um, of course, we have prayed, which was good, and that prayer was also for our leader, Mazi Kanu. It goes to his wife, the Lord. We all know her very well. She's been so wonderful, and we also continue to remember her in prayers for God to protect her and cover her with fortress that is needed for her to continue her day-to-day activity. IPOB Spain has been very, very wonderful, I must say. Kudos to all of you, our members. Kudos to all the principals. The national coordinator, who happens not to be here today, owing to some unforeseen circumstances beyond his own control. We understand that and we welcome that. Give a special one to Mazi Rugo. So wonderful. He's our envoy. By Rugo has been so fantastic. Mazi Adibe, I cannot thank you enough. The coordinator of Catalonia Biafra. Let's give him a hand. He is a hardcore to the core, I must tell you. And of course, this is Mazi, from Canada. You can imagine, all the way from Canada. We give him a round of applause. You can see it's well decorated and you can find the career on the way. Well, thank you and thank you to the people of Canada. When you get back home, tell them IPOB in Spain and in general, we are very grateful for their engagement. And as you all know, our European Deputy European representative, in the person of Mazi, we are going to give you a kind of applause. No activity whatsoever without seeing his fingerprint. He is always there with us at all times. And Mazi, thank you so much. I know why I say that. For those right? Yes. And not surprising, he's from Italy. He's from Italy. And special thanks to the Italian crew. Chidima is there. Yes. Did a fantastic job. And of course, Mazi, you all know him. Give him a hand of applause. He is the pillar of our BTV, by the way. He makes the magic work by the BTV. We give him a special hand of applause. By the way, Mazi KK, you all know him, is the hardcore, the national coordinator of Italy. He would have been here today. And without his blessing, you wouldn't have seen the hardcores that came from Italy. And that is why, even his absentia, we give him a hand of applause. Mazi KK, all the hardcore. So, and of course, I thank all of you. Meanwhile, a special greetings from Mazi KK Dozier. We all know what he's going through right now. Going through one of those challenges we human beings do go through. He has sacrificed a lot, continues to sacrifice, so that I have come with greetings, special greetings, by the way, from our head of directors of state. Even in his absence, we'll give him a hand of applause. And somebody whispered to my ears, when I get to Spain, I should say greetings as well, in the person of Mazi, the European representative. Right? So we have come today to join our brothers. Meanwhile, where is our special Biafran? Please, can we all stand up for this man, Mr. Ramon? Please. When you continue to clap for Catalonia, in fact, Mr. Ramon is somebody, this is somebody who is more Biafran than some of us would actually from. He is like a Biafran. You know, Mr. Ramon was noted and, you know, revolving around the question of Biafra. Mr. Ramon will text me, will text the leadership, will text everybody, how far, how have we gone? Are we going to get Biafra there? Because by the time he's dead or gone, he wants to see it right now. And to be honest with you, he has shocked me so many occasions. I met his expression, his depth expression, his in-depth all the way from the study of his stomach. He speaks Biafra and Biafra bones in this man. He has, in many occasions, surprised me indeed, that I asked myself, I don't know, the skin color maybe, you know, how come this man yearns for Biafra more than so many Biafrans? Why? You know. And he does that by encouraging us a whole lot in terms of strategy, in terms of you know, emboldening us, and so on and so forth. And a lot of promises. There are even stationary promises made available to Biafra. And we get Biafra today, there are going to be structures we can get from them. And he is there, all we can do. So he is very much a hardcore Biafra. And for figures like him, it's one of the reasons why we're here today, to also show respect, show solidarity, and to also learn from them. By the way, Catalonia is what hasn't got anything so close to our own situation. Catalonia has gone very far. They enjoy autonomy, which the zoo refuses us to have. They have their own policing. They have free speech. When we talk of self-determination, they have gone much further than we have gone. They still want something more, which we pray by the grace of God. We are going to give them support at all times, and they are going to get there, which is a total border independence. And the same we wish ourselves, and if you wish yourself something good, you wish others as well, so that it will reach you. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, that is why we're here today. We have seen what the weather is, but the weather has not destroyed anything, because what we're dealing with is ideology. What we're dealing with is in the DNA of Catalonians, of Biafrans. What we're dealing with is in our own brains, is in our own spirits, so that the weather cannot even destroy anything. Weather cannot touch our, resilience to forge ahead. And we must forge ahead. The problem we have back home today, unfortunately, is that of clouded issues, one after the other, uncountable. Sometimes you begin to wonder when is this going to come to an end. Some have argued that maybe why don't we join politics, and maybe somehow we're going to have our freedom served on the platter of gold. And we all know that that's not true. That's not true. We end up bamboozling ourselves, and we don't want to do that. Look at them, those of them who say they are hardcore politicians. We know they're hardcore criminals, they're not politicians. And tell me any one governor that is not a criminal, more than any person you can think of here for you. Ordinary people, petty criminals will call them, because some people induced hardship in the society, and then a graduate is hungry for so long that he goes out there, somehow commits a petty crime because he has to feed himself, not even feeding his family, but himself at least. They will catch him, they will burn him alive. If the law enforcement, so-called law enforcement agents will get at him, they end up his life right there. But their governors are stealing trillions and trillions of naira, isn't it? But they give them police escort. They give them police escort. They protect them. And the same police is hungry. He cannot feed his family. The zoo is one mighty fraud that we can never compare to anyone. It's one almighty fraud. That very country called Nigeria. Look at what is happening. They are ending up, they call it, uh, uh, you know, there's something that's called it from the oil sector. Some monies are put aside, subsidies. Subsidy. Even from the NNPPC, what do you call that company? NNPC, right? Go there and see the level of fraud that's going on there. Billions of dollars. We want to talk about dollars, billions of dollars. And what do? They pocket it into their pockets, they put everything for themselves. But we are the Biafrans, we're the ones suffering. That's why we're doing what we're doing, because we are losing thousands of young men and women on daily basis for no reason. Innocent people are picked up from the streets because they are Biafrans. They send down their marauding Fulani terrorists and put them in uniform to pick up our boys and girls. We see that going on every day. The people they are picking are those of them going about their business. There used to be a time we used to have sit at home. They said, oh no, don't come with sit at home, this and that. But okay, boys and girls are going on their daily business looking for what to eat. You can't provide for them. You won't. But all you do is to send down the killers in uniform to pick them up and kill them and destroy their lives and property. Meanwhile, you claim to be the one responsible for protecting lives and property. And that is not happening. That is hypocrisy of worst order. And that we are not going to accept. We are telling the zoo to stop killing our people. It's enough. They have killed enough. In Biafra, we believe in Mando. Human being is Mado. Mado comes from Mando, the beauty of life. So we don't believe in spilling our own blood. Anybody doing that is a criminal. You don't spill the blood of your own people. When Mazi Nnamdi established ESN, he instructed them, don't kill nobody, don't kill any indigenous. You are there to make sure that criminals do not invade our villages, our forests, our farmlands, so that our women can go and cultivate in peace and come back home safely. That was what it was all about. Some people came in and gave themselves names like Otto, Pilot, Otto, and all that. They came in there, they wanted to do it their own way. And today we have criminality everywhere. Before they were there, we were not having this kind of situation. Kidnapping wasn't there, but from the real criminals, not from anybody in the name of Biafra. But today, you have this set of bandits who erupted most recent times, and they are going about. The worst of it is whenever they commit crime, they do that in the name of IPOB. And we have told them time without number. The IPOB has nothing to do with auto criminality or autopilot or their master called Mazi or whatever his name is. I don't want to call it here. Do your own thing now. We used to have Waziri case myself. We used to have different. Okay, call your own name or whatever and do what you want to do. And let the indigenous people of Biafra do things the way in peaceful manner, in the fashion the international community welcome and accept. And that's what we've been doing all the while, without any problem, with any authority whatsoever in any part of the world. And today you have those of them who want to hijack and all that nonsense. But they have seen where they have fallen. Because Chukwu Abiyama said all of us should come. Chukwu Abiyama said the legal people of Biafra should establish for the purpose of self-determination, the genuine self-determination of the people of Biafra, and nothing more than that. And that is why we are holding on, and that is why we're marching forward, and that is why we're soldiering on, and that is why Biafra must come at the end of the day. So that we must continue our efforts. The leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra has maintained very, very seriously that this struggle must not be abandoned. It must not be abandoned because there is no alternative to struggling for the future generation. If you are listening very well, you can hear the sounds of children, babies, there and there. And they're looking up to us to clear the way for them, for their safety in future. They are looking forward. The handsome little boy is yelling for freedom, even though at this stage he might not even understand what it is, but we know he's yelling for freedom. And who is going to get that freedom for their generation? Who is going to make sure that they have a place for themselves in Biafra land? Who is going to make sure that they are secured and protected, that no Fulani hegemony will descend on them? It's you and I, you and I, you and I. That is why we cannot abandon this struggle. For us, it's not a deal. It's not a deal because of what I have just said, that human dignity is also our portion. If others can claim that human dignity is for them as sacrosanct, for us it's as well sacrosanct. Dignity we deserve, freedom we deserve, and peace is also what we deserve. And we believe it's non-negotiable. We believe that in as much as it is found in the chapter of international community, United Nations Charter, that this also is according to us. And we are grabbing it and we are running away with it, like some people will say. So it is the stand of the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra not to abandon the struggle for any reason whatsoever. That we are going to march on and soldier on, and like Mr. Roman will always wish, that we must continue until Biafra comes. And of course, on that note, Biafrans are called to have patience, because I know how devil works. Some people have fallen apart because of impatience. Some have respected health and death. Some have expected that the fight to Biafra is around the corner. And he bamboozled them. See, at the end of the day, they did not see the fighter jets, did not see all those nonsense that were paraded by Mazi, whatever they called it. So that was a clean scam. But the digital people of Biafra, as we know it, is not about scam. Okay, couple. It's about success, it's about genuity, and it's about being hopeful. And that hopeful or hopefulness, we cannot also reject, because there's nothing bad or poor about hope. Hope gives you the courage to stand still and continue to forge ahead. And of course, at this juncture, there will be very few remarks I'm going to make. I'm going to ask Biafrans worldwide, both back home and abroad, to please continue with this long suffering. Nothing, if Biafra were to come so easily, you will not value it. That is the point. Chukwu Abiyama knows what he's doing. If the enemies were to have the upper hands, maybe worse would have happened, which I'm not going to go into. But because Chukwuabiama leave it, and Chukwuabiama wishes that Biafra will come, actually, if he wants to give this to us today, he will give us today. But because you have to cherish what he is giving to you. So the life of our leader is protected because Chukwuabiama wants him to live. That's why enemies have tried, all they have tried, and they have not been able to subdue him because Chukwuabiam wants him to live, wants all of us to live. And we also must always remember those who have paid the ultimate price for us to be alive, for us to soldier on and forge ahead. Some people have died, for this very effort. Needlessly, I must say, because they did not go to war, they did not carry guns, they did not try to challenge anybody, because some of them were just outside there, either waving the flag of Biafra regalia, some of them were marching on the street, some of them were just hailing Biafra and wishing Biafra to come, and in such moments, they were gunned down in their thousands, in as much as we are concerned, and the killing have not abated, continues to rise. But our message is Biafrans, we must remain strong. We must stand tall against all odds. We must continue to challenge anything challengeable, because anything that stands our way, we have to overcome, isn't it? Anything that comes on our way, we must overcome. And if you can, I want you to join me at this juncture. It just touches my heart for us to have this song, We Shall Overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. I know that I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. In my heart, I know that I do believe we shall overcome someday. IPOB! One family! IPOB! One family! One family! IPOB! You may be seated. So, finally, I want to once again thank all of you for coming. Coming here today is a great honor to be a part of this very, very wonderful movement of the Catalonians. And Biafrans, let us not let our guards. The most important advice to you today is to have each other's back. Those of you back home didn't see me, want to push that nonsense. Your brother is gone, and what do you have? What do you have? Don't want the next to go to the grave. You will only see me back home in Biafra and stop that nonsense whatsoever. Um, what we're doing is not illegal in the eyes of the world. If it were to be illegal, we would not have Spain chapter, Germany chapter, Australia chapter, Austria chapter, UK chapter, Canada, United States. We are talking about interforoso, civil, societies and the civilized societies who are seeing our plight as something to be supported, who are seeing our efforts as genuine ones. And the only people who can castigate Biafrans and call us names are the Zoo themselves. And that tells you what it is. That tells you what it is. And that means you should not be discouraged. Let us have that long suffering, like I said. Let us not give up because of what it entails. Those children out there, they will have no future again. Not even a physical land to occupy. That's what it means. You know what is going on in the zoo today. If we are not there by now, governors will not save you. They will not pack their billions and trillions with their families, run away to the European countries or to their safe havens and leave the land for the enemies to occupy. But we are saying that our land is not meant for our enemies, it's meant for us, meant for our future generations to occupy. And that is why we must remain steadfast and unmovable at all times, knowing that the land of Biafra is a blessed land from Chukwuka handed over to our forefathers, and it is meant for us and our future generations to come. It is not bargainable. We are not going to give it to nobody. We are going to fight to the last blood to make sure that Biafra land is protected. So to all of you who have made this day a great day, thank you so much. All the coordinators, all the those of you in the committee, those of you who have designed the whole program to be successful today. I am almost very, very thankful to you. And at this juncture, I will thank you so much, and I will give the microphone back to Mazi. I pray my strength to cook out. Thank you. There we go.
All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
Thank you very much. I wouldn't like to take your time because Deputy Head of Directorate has spoken a lot, and I want to thank all of you for coming around. Greetings from the office of Mazi Albani, whom I'm deputizing. My name is Mazi Aizayoba. Some of you do not know. It's a great privilege once again to be here in our midst. And of course, I've been here several times and to represent IPOB leadership over this all-important event, which the Catalonians extended their hands of relationship to us, expecting us to emerge someday. And I want to sincerely appreciate our Ramon. He's been with us from day one. Imagine this man at his age, closely 70 years, 75 years, you can imagine. And he has been supporting Biafra since 1967 up until this very moment. This is a true Biafran in another mother, isn't it? So, and I don't know what he sees in us. That after the annihilation of 1967, he played the football. He's among the team that plays for the Catalonians in the club they call the Biafran, football team. And they did that in the support of Biafra, Republic. Unfortunately, as you all know, Ndishoji are winning now. So we capitulated. While the football was still going on, isn't it very painful? And upon that, he never loses discouraged. He stand around until even when Dr. Achuzie came and visited them here. And he gave some advice maybe Kemba would have lasted a little bit more for us. But the advice he gave to those who are very close to Kemba, they did not took that advice, which is very, very, painful when we had this kind of stories. Ikemba would have been around, maybe, if not until now, at least another 4 or 5 years would have been extended to his life. And our people did not take that advice. You cannot take somebody who fought with you, dealt with you, your race dealt with them for many years, a Kumek war, which is one of the reasons Igbo race we are hated up until this very moment. And you take somebody who challenged that status quo in the modern warfare without any support from outside. You have to take that person to their territory to treat him to remain alive. It does not happen anywhere. It does not happen anywhere. Anybody preparing a table before your enemy doesn't like you. It's a very deadly, destructive matrix being fed to our people to believe that somebody who loves you will prepare a table of food before your enemy. And you can see the result is very, very devastating, isn't it? So on this, we are learning as we are growing. And what happened in 1967, we cannot allow it to happen in our own time. So we have to remain very, very strong. As we all know, this heart of movement cannot be allowed to see any kind of corruption. If you see people hating IPOB leadership, is because of this, because we are not corrupt. We are white. We speak with this authority because we have nothing to worry about. We have nothing in our skeleton or in our cupboard. We do not have anything. Wake me up today, tomorrow, and next, I will tell you my hands are clean as long as this struggle is very concerned. And so this is the society we are trying to establish. The Biafra that cannot be led by corrupt leaders, even in our own absence. It doesn't matter who is sitting here as the head of the electorate or who is going to be the leader of Biafra tomorrow. What we are building is a system that even after we have gone, our people will follow the blueprints and make sure that Biafra remains one of the best nations in this world. All hail Biafra! Biafra! Some of you who have still standing to this very moment know what we have facing in the last 4 years, one of the most sophisticated, fierce battle we have ever come across in the history of this Biafra. We have never seen anything like that. And you still stand to this very moment. That tells you that you know what you want. Even in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you still know what you want. And you're still standing around. And we're not going to back down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not backing down. So, we have some compromised individuals going on social media recently and they keep blackmailing IPOB leadership and the movement because now they have no band. They attack everywhere. And I often hear some of them saying the same statement the buffoon of Finland made a couple of months ago beforehand touches him. He said that we should be, we should be proud. The leadership should be proud to accept being terrorist. The movement should be accepting it. And if we are not ready to accept being terrorist organization, we should step aside. And we said no. IPOB, we are fighting for self-determination, which is enshrined in United Nations 2007, initiated by W. Bush, former president of the United States, and also enshrined in the African Union Charter as well. And the Nigerian state is also a signatory to it. So it's within our rights. We are not out of place. And the IPOB is registered across, major countries that initiated this right for self-determination. And anybody trying to penalize us to accept being terrorists when we are not, when we are exercising our right as an individual, as a race, we are not going to accept that. And today, what he accused us or what he wants us to be is being used against him in the court of law. And I don't think that would be an easy escape for him. If IPOB have allowed this kind of people to be a part of what we are doing, you and I would have been on the run today. We'll be hiding ourselves. Thank to Chukwu Kikabiama, the kind of leadership we have, with some of you who also stand strong on the side of the leadership without believing all the lies and the shenanigans that came with it. And today, some of the individuals who claim that they fought against those infiltrators are now going on social media encouraging you to ignore the oath of IPOB. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't do anything. It's only a foolish person can say that the oath you took even for your own, yourself, your family, against your generation that will be coming or unborn children, that you should violate it. That person is like those who told you to will prepare a food before your enemies. Because what we are doing now, I can tell you, maybe by the special grace of God, Biafra will come in our presence as we wish. But the people who will reap the fruit of this labor we are laboring now, leaving everything we are doing, leaving our job, flying all over the place, the people who are going to benefit it more is our children. And as I said, if we don't lay a good foundation for these kids, some of us here, as we all know, want to manage to go before your eyes, and you're looking at it and you're not going to do anything about it. Because some of you that have children here, you yourself cannot go to Nigeria the way it is now, stay up to 2 months. Talk less of children that haven't seen blackout before. Will go to Nigeria and stay for you to keep your your lineage. So you can now see the mess we are in, that what we are doing now is do or die. We must fight hard to make sure that this Biafra is. So these people going around telling you now that the oath doesn't work, do not believe it. They want to discourage you. They want you to violate that personal oath you take to remain faithful until this Biafra is restored. They want you to violate it. They want you to betray your brother. Something that has never happened before. This is the very first time you have seen the Igbo race coming under one umbrella. It doesn't matter your belief. Ohanes and Igbo was fragmented all over the place. They don't exist in Mbakri. They only put themselves in one 5 states. Our brothers in the riverine areas, which I was discussing with some of our members today. That what stops us from migrating further is the ocean. As I'm saying here now, if you go to Nigeria now and tell to people that there is a family of Oba, somebody answering Oba who is an Irish citizen, you will be doubting it. How come? How can a black man be a answering Oba somewhere in the island? Because my generation is here now. In the next 50 to 100 years now, you see Oba name will be existing in Europe. And you will not believe that it comes from people land. So this is how we keep migrating from the mainland until the ocean stops us. So anybody telling you that are very close to the coastal region here that we are seeing, that they are not Catalonians, is a blind wash. So we have to understand the The hatred that the division these people are putting us, fragmenting us, trying to destroy us as a race. And now our people are responding in the coastal region. And you can see the price somebody like Kuba is paying now. Because some of you do not understand the reason why Fubrat was removed as the governor. Because he identified with his Igbo identity in the open by nominating Ohanes and Igbo to come from the river, from the river state. River state. All these things, you are seeing the unification of Igbo land now from the across the board is the work of IPO. And that is why you see the fierce of your race in Nigeria when you don't have media platform, except this IPOB that have come and bring the awareness of what is happening to us as a race in Nigeria. It is because of the hard work some of you and your sincerity. Those you are watching their programs on who may be using IPOB as a name, who claim that the IPOB members, be careful of watching them. Ignore them. We have people you can watch their program and get informed. IPOB Radio Biafra is our mother. All the rest of them, and all the rest of them, Mazi Patrick, that is on Biafra television. But at the same time, you keep an eye on Biafra Radio. Radio Biafra is very, very important. Now, as I said in summary, some of them that are telling us now that they were employed in a job. That's the story they said, because they are very, very manipulative. They will make it look very, very interesting in your ear so that you will have courage to go against the rules and regulations of IPOB. They will always do something that will entice you. So if you're doing it, going against the IPOB, code of conduct, you will not even know that you are. No, I was employed by others, and I told them I'm a monkey. Somebody employed you. You gotta go there. We are new when we want, because you think I had for them. Isn't it crazy? And then you should be accepted terrorism if we are to be called terrorists. You see how manipulated that we should accept it. Why accept, you know, when we are not?